Okay, y'all, I'm going right into story time. I'm on my lunch break. This is Surviving the Narcissist Part 3. Damn, did I bring out my little sticky notes? I had some little sticky notes that I was going to bring out, the questions that people were asking me. Damn it, and I did not bring them out here. Sure enough, I walked my fat ass out here to sit down, and I didn't even bring them. I'm checking my pockets and stuff. But anyway, you guys, y'all been asking me some great questions, and I've been trying my best to answer them. Normally, I'm not working in the office. I normally work from home, but now I'm back into the office, so my days are a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out here, and I'm going to try to do videos and touch bases with y'all during the times that I'm on my breaks. So anyway, part 3 of a narcissist. Lord, where do I begin? Okay, so they're always going to make you feel bad. They're going to turn any argument upside down. The argument's going to be turned upside down. They're going to also try to make you feel like try to work on make your self-esteem low. They're going to say things that make you feel bad and make you second guess the things. They're going to always fact check you. They're never, ever, ever going to allow you to say something, and it's a possibility that you might have one up on them because they're jealous-hearted people. They're very jealous. Somebody else was asking me about why do I feel like they don't want to be alone. They don't want to be alone because if you have 4 or 5 different personalities talking to you in your head, why would you want to be alone? You don't want to be alone because then you have to deal with all those different voices inside of your head. Sorry. What's up, baby? Sorry about that, guys. I had got paused for a second. Shit, what was I saying? Anyway, I'm just going to jump right back in. Again, this is unedited. This is me real. And it's just, I'm talking, we girls. Remember, we just sitting here shooting the bobo. Ain't no script. Ain't no script. When we sitting shooting, talking the bobo and shit, I say shooting the bobo. That's old school. That can you tell my ass is old saying shooting the bobo. Anyway, there is no script when you're talking. You just talk and that's it. So anyway, what I was saying to you guys is you go through, it's like a pattern. Don't try to understand it, because here's the thing, you have to really dig deep. I've been talking about this for a long time because there is something about my personality that I'm attracted to narcissistic people. I'm not really sure. I think it's because maybe it could be the gaslighting phase, it could be the love bombing phase, and maybe it's something that's within inside of me that I'm seeking that they give, but they give falsely. You get what I'm saying? They give you those things falsely just to get you to where they want you to get. But see, I was smart this time. I got about that shit quick. I got out of it real quick, because I'll never, ever, ever be a victim of that shit to the point where it breaks me down, where I can't eat, where I can't sleep, where I can't think, where I can't stand to smell certain smells, I can't stand to hear certain songs. I ain't gonna never be in that situation before. Been there, done that, wrote the book on it, and it took me 4 years to recover from that. I'm never going to be in that situation again because I educated myself. I've always, if you know me, and people who really know me know that I'm a person. My cousin always talks about it. She says she loved that about me because I'm well read. And what that means is that I'm a person that studies things and I read things. I'm not going to look for a made for TV. If I look at a show on TV and it's made for TV and it's about somebody's life, I'm smart enough to know, most people are, that if it's about somebody's life and they're making a TV show, well, it's only so much that you can put in those screens that you're allotted for a 1 hour or 2 hour movie. So then that means there's some bits and pieces of that story that's missing. So I always go get the book about it, multiple books on it, and I read it and I try to understand it. So the things that I'm saying to you guys is years and years and years of me studying this. I mean, I had psychology in college, but this is years and years and years of me studying. And if you're not a psychology major, you're not going to touch on all these different things in depth. You're going to go in, talk about them piece by piece by piece by piece, you know what I mean? So you're touching on things. I read every book that I could read on narcissism. Every time there's a guy on here named Lee. I can't think of Lee's last name, but he's really big on YouTube, and he is a self-aware diagnosed narcissist, and he's in therapy. But the things, if you look at his posts and you listen to him talk, let me tell you something, that man is an eye-opener, because he's speaking from the actual narcissist perspective, and he's letting you know how to deal with who they are. So basically what I'm saying to you guys is this: don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about the fact that you can't understand why this person is acting the way that they're acting. They can't understand it. They don't understand it. They don't understand what it is that's going on in their mind. But they are going to make you feel like you're the one that's wrong. You're going to always be wrong. Any argument, they're going to always twist it around. They're going to talk loud and they're going to talk over you and they're going to try to shut you down, get their point across, and then they're going to hang up on you or dismiss you. And then when they talk to you again, then they're going to talk over everything like nothing happened. They're going to come back at you and talk like nothing happened, and then slyly throw in there about how they were displeased with you and what you did that they didn't like. It's always about them. Like I said, they will move on from person to person to person because they are meters of supplies. If you're not the flavor of the day, if what you bring to the table doesn't work for them today, then they're going to move on to somebody who does meet whatever their need is. It's sick. I know it sounds sick, but it's real. There is not one narcissist out there, and even narcissists will tell you themselves, there's not one narcissist out there that's satisfied with just one person. One person is never going to be enough for them because they need a supply. They feed off of that supply. Like I said, with my narcissist, I was his flavor of the day for that week. Now he's moved on to somebody else, and he's had 3 or 4 somebodies in the process. Some old, some new, because that's what they do. They go back to the old, they go and get new. They go back to the old, and they go back to the new. It's bits and pieces of each supply that they like and that they want, and that's what they do. And you ain't got to understand it, honey, because you ain't going to understand all of it. But what you got to do, girls and guys, is you got to empower yourself, babies. Honey, you have got to empower yourself, and you have got to figure out what's going on before it happens, before you get too sucked in and too engrossed, like I almost did. Now, this time around, excuse me, y'all, because I smoked. This time around, what did I do? I noticed the things. I noticed the things from the beginning. And then a lot of things are just common sense, things that's just not adding up. But then I also noticed really quickly how anytime anything happened, it was always my fault. There was never an argument that happened that he ever took ownership for or anything. Now, when he knew he had totally, royally messed up with me, he would call me back and he would say he was sorry and he knew he was wrong. But that was because he was afraid that he was going to lose me. Now, right now to this day, I still get the private phone calls. I don't answer them because I'm not stupid, because ain't nobody calling me private. I know who it is that's calling me. Will he ever reach out to me again? Maybe, maybe not. Is he completely done with me? Don't matter, because I'm completely done with him. It is absolutely positively nothing that he can say to me that will mean anything to me. The way he used to make me feel, I would never feel that way again, because I see him for who and what he is. And and they have a seriously nasty streak. Now, in public, they want to show other people one side, and they want to make it seem like you're the one that's at fault. You're the one that's crazy. It's not them. Behind closed doors is the shit that they do. And like I told you, I don't know if I told you guys this in my first video or not, but in the first video, me and him had got into an argument. Like I said, he lives in another state, and he said to me that if he was right there in front of me right then and there, he would punch me in my motherfucking mouth and knock my teeth down my throat. And he said that shit with so much venom, it went all through my soul. I believed him. I believed him. I 100% believed him. But at the same time, baby, like I told him, I only reside in South Florida, baby. I'm from West Baltimore. Don't get it motherfucking twisted. Yeah, y'all know the wire, the shit y'all seen go down there. We rowdy about it, okay? So don't let it fool you, honey, because you can take the girl from the hood, but you can't take the hood from the girl. I reside in Florida, but I live in Baltimore. You understand what I'm saying? My whole being is Baltimore. We don't play. Now, you don't believe me? Check my motherfucking base file. Google me, okay? Google me. Am I proud of who I used to be? No, ma'am, I'm not proud of it. But don't take my motherfucking kindness for a weakness. So I didn't know what he thought I would do while he would be sitting there punching me in my motherfucking mouth and knocking my teeth down my throat. Really? What did you think that I was going to be doing? But those are the types of nasty things. And then I started finding out different abusive things that he's done to different people over the years. So they have a very, very mean, nasty streak. And also, I told you he did a lot of crying. Maybe you might, I couldn't believe it the first time he cried. I was like, is this motherfucker crying? But then every time I turned around, he was always crying. So then it got to the point where it was just a nuisance. So they do everything in excess. They do an excessive amount of gaslighting. They do an excessive amount of love bombing. They do an excessive a lot of abuse. They do an excessive a lot of crying. They do everything in excess. And nothing you can do about it. They have to get help for themselves. They're not going to change. They're going to appear like they're happy, but guess what? For you For my guys and gals out there that's hurting behind the things that they're going through with these narcissists, don't worry, baby. What you should be doing, instead of feeling sad that that person moved on, be happy and be sad for the person that they're with. Be thankful that it's not you anymore, and be sad for the person that they're with, not for yourself. See, for yourself, baby, you need to be happy that you left. Be real happy that you got away, because what appears to look good and feel good with these people in the beginning, that is temporary. They're not good to anybody for a long period of time. They don't have the capability of doing so. And I honestly believe with my narcissist, the reason why he used to get so frustrated and he used to cry, because he used to tell me, I just don't feel right. I just got this feeling in my body. I can't stand this feeling. It's like he was dealing with a feeling that he couldn't control, and they love to be in control. And whatever this feeling was that he used to get in his body, he just said, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right. Whatever it was driving him crazy, and he couldn't deal with it. And that's also why I believe he cried a lot, because he would be hit with these emotions and feelings, and he couldn't control them, and he didn't know what was going on, and he didn't like it. I believe they like being narcissists? I really don't believe that they like it. Like sometimes during there, because my narcissist would do this too, there would be moments of truth when he would just say, I'm tired of hurting people. I've hurt a lot of people. I done did a lot of fucked up things to a lot of people, and I hate that. But then 2 seconds later, he'll go right on and start laughing like he ain't just told me he done did some nasty things to somebody. 5 minutes later, he might be solely quiet and sitting there in a daze and thinking, and then 5 minutes from then, he might be crying. And then the next thing you know, he just like, I'm good. You know what I mean? This would literally be all within the span of a car ride. Okay? You're going through 4 or 5 different emotions in the span of a car ride. It's serious, and it is more. And don't get it twisted now. When I say don't overthink things, guys, what I mean by don't overthink things is don't go out there and the first sign of anything you see from somebody that appears to be narcissistic to jump and run. We all have the tendency to be narcissistic. It's just we all are not abuse. We don't all suffer with the disorder, if that makes sense. We all, because he even said to me one time, some of the things you say about me being narcissistic, you display some of those things. I said, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. We all display signs of narcissism. But it's a difference. It's a difference between a person that displays the sign of it, and it's a person who has a disorder, that it's a repetitive cycle. It never changes. It's not going to get any better, baby. If he calls you and he tells you he's sorry, he's only sorry for the moment. And that sorry is only going to last temporary. Because, see, that's what I used to be. Because I'm the type of person, I want to believe the best in a person, okay? See, I'm with you, sis. I'm right there with you, sis. I want to believe the best in a person. And if I think enough of you, that you're close enough to me, and I care anything about you, I'm loyal to a fault. And I want to believe you when you tell me that you're sorry. And he was sorry for that moment. But 5, 10, 15 minutes later, it was as if he didn't even say he was sorry. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to suck up those minutes while you're getting it. So I'm going to say what I always say, guys. I'd rather be alone and by myself than be in a relationship with somebody and be miserable. Now, do I eventually want to be in another relationship with somebody? 100%. I am talking to somebody, okay? Taking it slow. Taking it really slow. Has this situation ward me off of being in a relationship? Absolutely not. Because I am old enough and smart enough to understand that no two people are alike. And just because that person shows similarities to what the other person that I was having an issue with, it doesn't mean that that's who that person is. So you got to give people a chance. You got to take a chance. You cannot spend your entire life sitting around not wanting to move forward because of what happened. Now, if you fresh out of a relationship and that relationship has broken you, and you are at that stage where you can't eat, where you can't sleep, where you can't think, you ain't ready. Don't move on. You ain't ready yet, okay? You ain't ready yet. Don't take yourself and put your burdens on somebody else, because what you're doing is just using somebody else to get over that person that hurt you. Let me tell y'all something. This narcissism shit is real. You don't believe me? Google it. Fact check me, because see, that's something my narcissist did. Anything that came out my mouth, he fact checked me. So what I want y'all to do, because I'm not a licensed psychologist, I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just speaking to you guys and sharing you guys my truth. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. And what other experience? Listen here, baby, if you ain't never been through nothing, you can't tell me nothing. I'm sorry. You can't understand me. If you ain't never been, if everything has always been peaches and creams and roses and la la and goo goo and lions and tigers and bears, oh my, if it's been all glitz and glamour for you, you can't tell me nothing. Because you ain't been through nothing, how you gonna understand me? Hmm? I'm sorry, y'all. I know I was wrong for that. And this is going to be unedited. I'm not editing this clip out. Like I said, I'm not editing anything. Because what you see is what you get. Because, see, what did I tell you guys? We girls, right? We girls. We talking. And I don't edit anything if I'm sitting there. If you were sitting at my house with me, or you were right here with me, sitting right next to me on this bench outside of my job, baby, we would be talking. There would be no rewind button. So why am I going to rewind it? I'm going to say stuff that's mixed up and backwards sometimes. I appreciate those that have reached out to me and have asked me questions, because that helps me build more content. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating some things, because some people ask me questions and maybe I didn't elaborate on it much. And sometimes, honey, I can get going if I get, if I get on a roll and I start talking about the different things that's happened to me with this narcissist, baby, I get on a good roll, honey. I get on a real good roll. So anyway, what I want you guys to do is continue to reach out to me. Continue to give me your questions and stuff. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead on and post this up to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to say what I always say to my babies. First of all, loves, if nobody told you today they loved you, I love you, and so does God. And ain't a thing you can do about it. So from my kitchen to yours, or wherever you may be, deuces, I holla.